Hey guys, one of the most common questions I get asked is why, what sets Wagner apart from other airless spray guns out there. For the most part, people are ignorant to the benefits of using a Wagner, but what I'm going to do is show you a few things which will probably blow your mind if you've never seen them before, that basically sets apart Wagner from any other distributors out there. Wagner's very innovative, so what that means, and they're really passionate about innovation and passionate about bringing the best end user experience. So you'll see a few things here that are simple and pretty obvious that I guess you either may never known or you'll see as a huge benefit if you're used to using an airless. So first off, something simple. Our manifold filters. First off, the threads are coarse Acme threads, which means it's impossible to cross thread them. Have a look at yours if you don't use a Wagner or a Titan, and you'll more than likely have sharp edges, which makes it really easy to cross thread, which one can damage it, or two, if it gets jammed, you're gonna need a spanner to get it out. It's impossible on these. So really simple. The other thing too is more than likely, if you're not using a Wagner, you've got plastic manifold filters. Metal ones are the bomb. Keep those clean, stainless steel. Never have to replace them. They're awesome. Next is the auto oiler. Airlesses need to have oil on their pistons. It's not exclusive to Wagner. Most places, or most pumps, have a little opening here to allow you to squirt the oil into the pump. Problem with that is dust and grime can get in there, which heavily reduces the length of the piston. The dust will just wear it out like sandpaper. And you use a lot of oil. With these, it's completely encapsulated, so your piston's fully protected. And then just one push of this in the morning, done. Maybe at lunch if you're going again, if you're doing it all day. But one drop of that will save you heaps of oil in a year. And nothing's more annoying than not being able to find the oil when you need it. One of the most common dramas with an airless, if you use an airless, you'll be familiar with this. In here, there's a piston that runs up and down, and on the bottom here, there's a little ball and a seat that seals it off to force the paint out the front of the gun. If you let this sit for a while, eventually that ball will dry or get stuck to the seat. And then when you go to prime it, it won't actually run. So on pretty much every airless in the market, you gotta smack it with a hammer. And that's never good. On a Wagner, all you gotta do is push this button, and that'll pop it off the seat. How easy is that? It's never good to smack it with a hammer because the seats are made out of tungsten, and hit right, they'll actually crack. So, awesome little features that's pretty obvious, and surprised no one else uses it. Again, the most common issues involve the inlet valve ball. Every other pump in the market, you need tools to get these off. If you're on site, nothing's more annoying than needing a spanner. You don't need a spanner. So in there you can see the ball. So if it's got a bit of gunk in there, it's really easy to clean it off. And then you got this guy here. If you need to go a little bit deeper, say you got a stick or an electrical wire or something in your paint from another tradie, and it gets stuck in the ball, and pop that off, and you can access your ball. Again, no tools needed. There's a look at the pusher valve that will knock that off the seat for you. And you can see this seat in here on the edge. That's made out of tungsten, so if you hit that right, it'll actually crack or shatter. So you never have to worry with that in a Wagner. It's awesome. Another thing here, your pump spray valve. Every airless has it, and so it sends it from prime over to spray. Occasionally, if you got paint that's got skins or grub or grime or whatever in it, eventually it might block this out. Now on a Wagner, all you gotta do is pop this pin out. This just slides off, and then there's a nut in there. You just unscrew the nut. It all slides out, gives it a good clean, put it back in. Now that's the same with pretty much every pump out there, but on a Wagner, you don't need to use torque wrenches. Pretty much every other airless out there, torque wrenches are required. So one, who's got torque wrenches, but two, if you're on site and need to fix straight away, it's super easy. On the Wagner High Boys, there's a couple of awesome features that you've probably never seen and you'd love. Number one, the piston is humongous. Have a look at your piston. I guarantee you it's way smaller than that. What that means is for one rotation of this, a smaller piston needs 2 or 3 rotations. So the equivalent of this pump and other brands are usually quite a bit smaller. So what that means is you're going to get 2 to 3 times the amount of literage out of this piston as you are going to get out of any other ones out there. So, 20,000 liters is easy for this guy. Whereas typically out there, it's about 6,000 to 8,000 per kit. So you're going to save 2 to 3 times the amount of service repairs out of this that you would out of any other pumps out there. The other awesome feature on this, for those who use one of these, typically with an Airless, to get this in the paint, you got to tilt this right back, roll it onto the pump, and then drop it in the paint. On a Wagner, all you got to do is flip the switch here, and this guy will actually, sit back on itself, like this, and it'll lock into place. Then you just walk around, put your paint underneath, and when you're done, just lift it back, unlatch it, and then it'll sit back in the paint like that. The other thing too is you'll find that Wagner piston pumps like this, or Titan piston pumps, which are the same thing, are typically heaps lighter than other pumps. So to get that into the truck, it's a 1-person lift instead of a 2-person lift. So safer as well. The other awesome feature on this, for those who use one of these, typically with an Airless, to get this in the paint, you got to tilt this right back, roll it onto the pump, and then drop it in the paint. On a Wagner, all you got to do is flip the switch here, and this guy will actually, sit back on itself, like this, and it'll lock into place. Then you just walk around, put your paint underneath, and when you're done, just lift it back, unlatch it, and then it'll sit back in the paint like that. The other thing too is you'll find that Wagner piston pumps like this, or Titan piston pumps, which are the same thing, are typically heaps lighter than other pumps. So to get that into the truck, it's a 1-person lift instead of a 2-person lift. So safer as well. Wagner always uses the same size manifold filter for all the different size pumps. I've pulled it out before. So you get the same filter, same everything. So it's much easier for, if you buy a new pump, all your spare parts will fit. Our handpieces, the guns, all use the same size filter and have for 30 years. And so you'll always be able to use the same accessories if you decide to upgrade your pump. It's awesome.